I would spend 6 hours in the library after lectures, but I still think that didn't produce me the result I was looking for. I'm not even talking about fame and all of that. I believe there were others who didn't do up to what I was doing then and still fared better. And don't think because you are not a student, these things have no relations to you. I can tell you for sure that it does. A lot of times, you could have been underachieving in your set field even after doing the needfuls. So, the story I'm citing here cuts across all board. Back to it, I was able to recognize that the issue with my underachievement, not underperformance, was because I was a nobody in class, so the lecturers could mark my script like that of a nobody. There was no anticipation, antecedent or recognition by those lectures when they were on my script. I know things should not be this way, but what can you do as a lecturer, expected to mark the examination script of over 100 students for just a class? And he has like over 10 other classes like that of ours, that he takes. A pause. You see, this is a lot similar to what we have in real life. There are lots of information and data to be consumed on a daily. You may not be given the treatment you deserve if you are not obvious. At this point, I just have to pity a lot of the hard workers that are out there today, who are working like I was then. They do all that is required of them and even do more. Yet, they are underpaid, undersuccessful, underrated or any other negative under. Things like this can be very frustrating and devastating. And I must quickly tell you this harsh truth, a lot of people will continue to remain under till they either give up on themselves or find confidence ASAP. I was lucky that all this my own unders only happened while in college. But in reality that's not the case with many. Because it did exceeded their school life. It's now in their occupation, family, careers, businesses, etc. They are now just like how I was then, no corresponding results. I'll talk about all of that later on. Adding salt to some of the injuries I had back then while I was in college, I was also having issues at the house I was living. I'm telling you all of this so as to get you to know on how my discovery of confidence was like. In the house, they were trying to take me for granted because I was little back then. There were a lot of belittling that happened. I was ill-treated and talked at as if I was nobody. They were so adamant about how they think about me, that I had to leave the house before my rent expired. I moved away from the house, but made a mistake of taking another house in that same street. Eventually, the people in the place I was formerly living successfully spoilt my name on that street, so that I had to leave the street completely. But here is where I'm going. Along this line, as everything was happening, I began doing a lot introspecting.